the next thing that kind of happened in and around August. Uh, yeah, again, a lot of shit happening in the world, and I just remember just having this feeling of like, I need to explore my spirituality a little bit more. Just feeling like something was missing, like I have all these things going for me. I'm healthy. I have a pretty good job, couple of jobs actually. Like the job I have at and healthcare, the job I do as an online fitness coach. I have 2 healthy kids, and I have a wonderful husband. Like I have all of these amazing things that, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that version of Jackie would have died for. And I'm here, but something is missing. And I felt this kind of pull to kind of reopen that spiritual piece of me, um, that I have been avoiding for a very, very long time. So I was brought up Christian. I was baptized Anglican. Um, After my mom remarried, when I was about 10, we attended a United church. I was confirmed United. Later on in high school, I went to a youth group at like a Pentecostal church. I am married to a Catholic, and my husband's whole family is Catholic. But I guess I never like it's been a very long time since I felt connected to Christianity. And because there was a lot of things that came up that didn't necessarily align with me. And I guess now in retrospect, it wasn't much to do with the Christian beliefs themselves. It had more to do with what other Christians would tell me is right or wrong, or how people would worship and tell me that it's right or wrong in a way to worship, and things like that. So what I struggled with a lot was, how do I be a Christian or have this spiritual connection if I don't agree with everything that's there? And I know that can be kind of counterintuitive. Like, we don't always have to agree with everything that everybody says. But I also, I guess, maybe didn't find a way to connect with my spirituality in a way that I knew how to, if that makes sense. I had a so I honestly, I got really vulnerable, and I put it out there on Instagram, and so many people were feeling the same way. Um, so it was really interesting. And then through like different conversations that I had with other people who were in the midst of exploring the same thing, I kind of, I'm going to just shout out to my friend Leanne. We had an amazing conversation, um, because she has been in the midst of this same kind of exploration over the past few years. So I'm new to this, but she's been doing this for a little bit a little bit longer. And she opened my eyes, like my mind in a way that I really needed. So she was kind of in the same boat. Like, like she grew up Catholic, but there were pieces that didn't really resonate with her, and she moved away from it. But now she's approaching it in a way that feels good for her. And that kind of opened up my mind of being like, okay, like I'm allowed to do that. It kind of gave me permission to be like, I am allowed to approach this in a way that feels good for me. And if other people don't align with it, that's okay. But I want to explore this, and I need to do this in a way that feels good, and that feels aligned, and that feels purposeful, and that feels like a way that I can be consistent with it. So in doing so, I have been back, like I have connected to a local church, like a non-denominational church, where these people have been lovely, and it's been exactly what I needed for a very long time, and I didn't even realize how much I needed it. And through prayer and through kind of exploring scripture a little bit more and worship music, and not worrying about the logistics has been really, really helpful. The logistics being like attending, like feeling the pressure to attend church, or like feeling pressured to worship a certain way. Taking that away has been really helpful for me to actually connect with God in a way that feels good for me, and that feels authentic, and that feels like the way that um, I feel is right. Because everything that I'm doing since I've been kind of exploring this has been, who am I in the lens of a Christian? Like, and what is that exactly, right? Like, if you are a Christian and you know the story about Jesus and you know like different aspects of Christianity, like the essential part of it is to bring light to the world, to be a good person, like treat others the way that you would want to be treated, right? Like it doesn't matter who they are, it doesn't matter how they live, it doesn't matter whether you feel, like yeah. So that has also been a really amazing guiding light for me too, because it kind of takes that element of like, what should I think about this person away. Um, and now I'm kind of living in this space of like that judgment that I think a lot of people feel like they should have is taken away, because my job is not to judge. My job is to be a good person and to bring light to this world and to honor that through God and through heaven. And if I don't agree with the way someone lives, that's not on, like, that's fine, but that doesn't mean that I treat them any less than myself. And even if it doesn't align, even if someone is living in a way that does not align with my lifestyle or my beliefs, that's not on me to judge. That's for God to judge, right? So there's this piece where this lightness has come into play, because all of those problems that people pressure you to have an opinion on or feel like you should act on has been lifted from me in understanding that that is not my job. That is not mine to carry, and I'm not carrying, and even the things that I am carrying of myself are not my things to carry alone. And it has really helped me a lot with my mental health and just feeling like I am not alone in what I carry. And I have this other element that I can kind of look to. And I'm not going to go like super, super deep into that, because I don't think I even would know how to articulate that. But that's where I'm at with this. And it's been really, really helpful. And it's made me feel more whole. Like I feel more connected. I feel like I have a clearer purpose and a clearer pathway. And I feel like I have more direction. And it's so hard to explain.